It's common to think of accessibility as, particularly in the digital world, catering for blind people, but there's so much more to accessibility than that. Caring about accessibility is caring about everybody. It's catering for everybody, building your products with that in mind means that everyone has a better experience. You're not adding a bolt on, you're doing something for everybody to make everyone's experience better. This Thursday is the Global Accessibility Awareness Day, which is a collaborative day of events and people just promoting accessibility and awareness of accessibility and training and getting everybody to understand why it's important. The European Accessibility Act has been legislation in the EU for a while, but it's coming into force at the end of June. What it means for people in the UK, any business or anybody that does trade or provides services within the EU, will now legally have to make sure that their products, physical products and digital products, are accessible and inclusive for everybody. If you have a website in the public sector already, you will have to be compliant with the guidelines, but what the European Accessibility Act means is this will apply to private sector people as well, so e-commerce or any commercial enterprise within the EU. There are lots of easy to fix accessibility issues. I'll focus on some of the content ones, but if you're thinking about content, there are some simple things like when you're creating links, if you just have a read more, that doesn't mean anything out of context, so providing context with your link so you learn more about the European Accessibility Act is a nice example. You can add what's called alt text to your images to provide if the image doesn't load or if the person can't visually see that, it's a description of what that image is and its purpose on the page. If you think about a web page like a document, you've got a title and a subheading, they should cascade nicely, and it allows people to group the content and navigate throughout by the headings. If you're using Drupal, there's some great modules that can assist you with this. There's one called Editorially, which sits in and integrates tightly with your Drupal admin interface, and you save the page. It'll highlight any errors on the page and provide you with tips on how to fix them. Google Chrome, in its developer tools, has a tool called Lighthouse, which will run a set of automated accessibility tests, and there are lots of other browser extensions that will do that. So there are lots of tools available to test for accessibility. The thing about accessibility is it can be quite nuanced, so the automated tools will typically catch maybe a third of issues, so really you need to make sure you're doing manual testing. At Zucha, that's the service we provide, so we can work with you to audit your whole site or a subsection of pages and provide a report with some prioritised list of issues based on the impact and the effort involved. So yeah, it's not just me who is passionate about accessibility. Everyone across the board and in all the teams is passionate and cares deeply about producing a good website that's usable and accessible and a joy to use for everybody. And yeah, accessibility is at the heart of that and in everything we do.